Greetings, adventurers. DM Kurt. I've said it before that old Western movies would make good plots for fantasy role playing games. And last week, one of my players, who's also a DM, he DM'd a game for us. And we started out, and he said, okay, you're in such and such era, Japan, essentially, and everybody roll a die. Okay, roll a die. Okay, here are your characters. High roll picks first. He had a bunch of pre-generated characters, and everybody picked through some pre-gens. All right, you're in this time where the empire has fallen, and it is a time of trouble. It is a time of starvation and economic issues, and everybody's poor and hungry. Banditry is an issue, and you are basically mercenary type fighters hoping to find some form of payment, some form of food. I'm like, okay, we can do this. And so we get to a village. It's been freshly raided by bandits. We find a little bit of rice. We try to cook it up. One of our party members attempts to cook it and manages to make essentially botulism in a bowl. Yeah, no bueno. We have a couple of peasants come to us asking us for help. Okay, you're going to ask us for help. Sure. Yes, the bandits are going to raid our place very soon, and we need you to help us. These people are led by this very powerful, scary leader. Are you able to do it? If you can do it for us, we will feed you. I'm like, okay. Sure, we can do that. And he refers to us as samurai. I'm like, okay. There's only 5 of us. What if there was 7 of us samurai? And DM just throws me an inspiration chip right there. I was like, yeah, I think you get it. we look around our ruined village and find some ancient documents saying that there was requests from the Empire for this great blacksmith to make some weapons, and we're like, ooh, maybe we should search around here, and maybe they were made. This place has a special kind of clay which is helpful for the in the process of forging. Maybe this is the location. Maybe the weapons were actually made and not delivered. He's like, okay, yeah, here's another, something for you. Cool. But my party wishes to discuss amongst themselves. Well, should we help? I mean, it sounds really dangerous. Like, dude, kind of the point of being an adventurer is being adventurous. And there's some hemming and hawing. And we go to the second village, the one that hasn't been raided yet, and we agree to defend it. Some bandits show up. We fight against those bandits that were coming to basically collect attacks. So there was just a half a dozen lowbie, nothings. And we fought them and we beat them. And now the villagers are pretty happy with us, but they're like, oh man, their leader, he's big and scary. He's big and scary. And we're like, okay, how are we going to deal with this? Some hemming and some hawing and some back and some forth. And we go out and we say, you know what, we're just going to ride up on it. And we're going to kick in the door. And we're going to do what we can. Because if we try to pick them off a few at a time, they're going to get wise to the fact that they're being picked off. And then they're going to come on the offense and be prepared. So let's just go in there, try to get the element of surprise. I'm playing a bard. And I'm like, okay, I got an idea. We ride up on it, and there's a ballista on top. I'm like, okay, crap. I'm going to use Thunderous Wave. I'm going to try to blast down the door. We go riding on horse through the front gate of this place. This semi-ruined but still sturdy keep. So we blast down the door. We run in. Everybody gets dismounted by force. We have a fight. We're beating the bandits pretty easily because they're all, pretty much 0 level NPCs. My plan is, hey, I'm the last guy on a horse. I'm going to ride up the stairs onto the roof and take out the ballista. Because that, to me, sounds like the really cool, heroic thing to do. That's some cinematic, let's do it. Unfortunately, I get forcibly dismounted. A big dude comes out with a big old 2-handed sword. He starts being very threatening. We deal with him. We're like, yeah, we've got the big guy. No, their big guy, the big bandit leader who was super duper scary, was an Oni, Ogre Magi. Tough fight. There's just a handful of us. A couple had decided to stay back and shoot arrows and such at the guys running the ballista on top of the roof. And it's 3 of us inside. We get this battle down to only one person standing. My daughter's fighter was on his last 2 hit points. The Oni was on his last 3 hit points. We didn't know how wounded it was. It can regenerate, which is kind of scary. But it decided that, most of my followers, my servants are dead. I'm severely injured. There's no sense in fighting to the death when I can, live to fight another day. And it fled. Turn invisible and disappear and then be impossible to find, etc. That was a harrowing fight. And I think that James did a great job of it. I think he could have done more if he allowed it to be a 2-session shot instead of a 1-shot. But instead, it was still quite a good night. 7 samurai, Magnificent 7, westerns. Again, this form of cinema making great inspiration for games. So he helped prove my theory. Anyway, DM Kurt, out.